Hello, educators at the Okavango Wilderness Project. We're delighted that you're going to be using materials from National Geographic Learning to supplement your existing syllabi. Our World Second Edition is a best-selling series for young learners of English. It's full of content that motivates learners to use English, including surprising photography, meaningful stories, and incredible National Geographic explorers. The cross-curricular topics challenge learners and deepen their understanding of the world, while collaborative projects, extensive critical thinking and visual literacy work, and activities that inspire meaningful thinking and sharing help learners discover more about the world and to achieve more. The Our World Readers are a carefully levelled reading library for English language learners and include original stories, folk tales, myths, and non-fiction from around the globe that encourages reading for fun and brings storytelling into the English classroom. We wanted to share 5 ideas with you to help you make the most of the Our World Readers in your classroom. Activity 1 is called Guess the Book from its cover. Show your students the book cover and ask them what they can see in the picture. Elicit as much vocabulary as you can, and you can also help your students here by teaching any vocabulary that they need that they don't already know. Then ask your students to guess what the story is. If you like, they can write a short summary of their ideas. After reading the story, you can check and see which idea is closest to the real story. Activity 2 is to interview a character. Choose a character from the book. Ask your class to work together in groups or as a whole class to brainstorm questions that they would like to ask this person. Then decide which of your students are going to be interviewers and which will be interviewees, and put them into pairs. Each pair needs to have one interviewer and one interviewee. The interviewers need to ask the questions, and the interviewees need to pretend that they are the character and answer the questions as if they are that person. You can then swap roles, so everyone in the class has an opportunity to be both an interviewer and an interviewee. Activity 3 is a news report. Choose a part of the story where there's lots of action, or if it's a non-fiction text, a part that you think is particularly interesting. Tell your students that they are journalists and they need to write a newspaper article about that part of the story. Remember that they need to write a headline and they need to write the article as though it's appearing in a newspaper. Activity 4 is Battle of the Graded Readers. If your students are all reading different books, you can challenge them to this activity. Each student needs to come up with a list of reasons why their book is better than the other books in the class. You can then put them in pairs, and each student must try to convince their partner that their book is better than their partner's book. Each pair can choose a winner, a book that they think is the best. And then all the winning books can compete against the other winning books until you have which book is the best in all of the class. Activity 5 is to use the text as a starting point for something else. Use an extract from a reader for a reading exercise, a listening exercise, a dictation activity, or a gap fill. I hope these activities give you some ideas for things that you can do with your students. We hope that you enjoy using these materials from National Geographic Learning and that they help you to bring the world to the classroom and your classroom to life.